Well, the bubblemary is pretty hard to find. Well, that's not one. And when we're looking at this, of this particular bird, which nobody knows much about. It's the bubblemary, probably the king of the pigeons, and it's got the colours of all the rainbow on it, from yellow to green to deep burgundy, white head.
How rare is it?
And reasonably rare. Lives on the eastern coast. Lives on fig berries and fescue fig berries, and it's hard to, very hard to see in the trees because it blends in so well. Shot of it with a camera. A lot of people in Australia haven't even seen the real king of the pigeons.
I've never seen it in 16 years.
No, you wouldn't have. There is some of the old timers have seen plenty of them, but we're very lucky to be able to take this photography today, capture this, because once the berries fall, they'll probably go somewhere else. This particular bird we're looking at now is called the bubblemary, which not many people know much about. The photography we're doing today is to try and acknowledge this bird, to show you, the people around, one of the king of the pigeons, I call it, the king of the pigeons. The sun's going down right now. We're trying to get footage on the tree, on the fig tree. And when we do, in the next 4 days, we'll be able to show you something that you've probably never ever seen.
How often did you see that bird in your lifetime?
In my lifetime, probably 62 years of age, I've only seen it 3 to 4 times.
There's hardly any food left, but there's still some birds here, and to film them, it's impossible to see anything. And sometimes they just peek out, and then you...
The fig tree that the birds are leaving off the berries are, sometimes when they're not quite ripe, can be very dangerous to all birds. And they, unless they're perfectly ripe, it will kill them. Kill all birds, or some birds. I've seen them die. But now the berries are ripe, we've only got a period of time of 3 days before the last berries on the tree, with winds and storms which we get around here, and this is the closest we can get to it. As the berries come down, we'll get a better footage in the next 2 days, and it's very hard to get this particular pigeon, bubblemary, another botanical name of course, but the colours are like a rainbow. It's like when the sun goes down, as I'm looking into the sun now, it's the most beautiful, beautiful colour you've ever seen.
This beautiful lady of a tree is roughly 400 years old. It's a red cedar tree. and it's growing all over this farm. Very good soil, very good climate, sheltered from the wind and weather. The ocean is just behind this volcano. That's called Middle Brother. Behind is the ocean, and on the left is another volcano. And I'm standing on the foothills of Pigeon volcano, which erupted 12 million years ago. And now we're gonna inspect this tree, which I had goosebumps a few days ago, and I had to come back for this one. The timber alone in this tree would be worth maybe 25,000 euros plus, but they're prohibited to cut down. They're protected. There's not many left. And we're going to inspect some of the mycorrhizal fungi which has accumulated at the base of this tree. Which is just loaded with mycorrhizal fungi, which goes out hundreds of meters around this tree and brings nutrients, water. It's a symbiosis relationship between the root system and the mycorrhizal fungi, and the sample I will take here is just nothing than extraordinary. There's a massive root system around this tree going 50 meters around, and you can see in some places there's some red fungi, which is just a typical bush fungi in Australia, which is part of the mycorrhizal fungi family. And I'm trying to take some microbial soil samples here and put it in my garden, and then I don't need any fertilizer. For that little operation I brought, you see this white fungi here on the root system? Look at that here. This would be loaded with most beneficial microbes on the planet. This is how the world established itself. Oh, it smells, you have no idea. Look, this is the fungi attached to the root system. And this is what I'm after. And interesting enough, I got a letter from on my channel from a Russian scientist who thanked me for making this film and this research. And it smells just like gold. And he pointed out that in Russia in the 1800s the Russian people went into the forest and collected exactly that kind of microbes, and they multiplied in the soil, and they never had to use fertilizer. Very rarely. I'm very happy to do this. And this is this beautiful massive tree above me. I'm coming over here, and this soil would have never been disturbed for millenniums. And I'm having a look here. See, it's always moist here. Here we are. This is the mycorrhizal fungi. This is it. This is what I'm looking for. This is like gold for microbiologists and biologists and people who like gardening like myself. It smells a bit different, more organic. So we've got enough sample here to start an experiment. Just look at this black soil. It is so beautiful. And it's all over this farm. Look at a massive tree, the base of a tallowood tree, which just burned out. I'm crushing up some charcoal and mix it with this soil so the microbes can penetrate the structure of charcoal and multiply and live there forever. The very microbes and mycorrhizal fungi which fed this tree, I'm crushing up the cedar wood charcoal and mix it with the soil so they live in a symbiotic relationship. They stay alive in this mixture now, and I just use a spoonful of it and they multiply, and this is why I have a garden of Eden wherever I go.